Proverbs 31 verse 10 says, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies." Hello friends, I'd like to welcome you to Meditaciones Today's date is October 24th, 2021. I'm reading from our Women's Devotional, Brushstrokes of God's Love. Today's reflection is titled, Emotional Wisdom, Part 1. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 8 says, "He who gets wisdom loves his own soul. He who keeps understanding will find good." Emotional wisdom is what we can cultivate by learning to manage our emotions, not allowing them to manage us. Many women blame their hormonal changes for their bad mood, sadness, discouragement, tiredness, anger, and irritability. This seems to be the perfect excuse. But what actually happens is that we lack the decision to be responsible for what we feel. We can't change what we don't recognize. What about if we openly admit, just between God and ourselves, that we need to learn to develop emotional wisdom? Emotional wisdom is educating our character so we won't be dominated by our emotions. And it's also developing habits so we won't be defeated by all the toxicity surrounding us. When we lack emotional wisdom, we can feel overpowered by sensations, emotions, thoughts, and attitudes that travel through our mind in response to something that has happened externally. Instead, if we develop this kind of wisdom, we will be able to objectively appraise what's happening and decide what to do about it without later mulling over what has happened in our minds. Daniel Goleman affirms, "We live in a society that doesn't train us to be emotionally wise. This is why it's our individual responsibility." And what does God say about it? One of the things he says is, "I, the Lord, search the heart. I test the mind, even to give every man according to his ways, and according to the fruit of his doings." You can find this in Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 10. God knows your thoughts and knows how they came to be inside you. Therefore, you can admit your emotional weaknesses to him and ask him to submit them to his will and control. If anything and everything puts you in a bad mood, and your words burst out with a speech full of accusations and insults, or if your actions trample on your neighbor's dignity and you meddle in their intimacy without permission, kneel down before God and recognize your need for help. Admitting and accepting makes you worthy for God to look at you with sympathy. On the other hand, denial and self-righteousness places you far from the help you need. Be wise and submit the range of emotions God gave you to his control. We invite you to listen to Radio Joven Adventista at www.jovenadventista.com. And please share this devotion on your social media with hashtag Women's Devotional, hashtag Radio Joven Adventista, and hashtag Meditaciones Diarias. We'd also like to invite you to download the Meditaciones Diarias app, available for both Android and Apple. I'd like to say thank you for visiting us here at meditacionesdiarias.com. May you have a blessed day.